New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this. And that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's my church. Yep. You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. I am a Mormon. And if that doesn't sit well with you, well, that's just too damn bad. In fact, that's what this video is about today. People are constantly confronting me, whether in person, on the streets, or online, or whatnot, challenging what I believe, saying that my views and beliefs are wrong and that their views and beliefs are right. That takes a lot of gall. It really does. It takes a lot of gusto. And, in my opinion, it's bullshit. Because, one, where does anybody get off saying that what I think is wrong and what you think is right? You know, where does anybody get off saying that I'm right, you're wrong? That's pretty screwed up. Honestly, that's really screwed up. Because how do you know that you're right and I'm wrong? You're talking about a 2,000-year-old belief system. And more than likely you belong to a church, one of 42,000 churches. Actually, yeah, 41,000 churches. 41,000 plus Christian belief systems in the world, all teaching varying understandings of the Bible, various interpretations, and various forms of worship. And all of these not agreeing with each other span from one common source: Catholicism, which in and of itself is nothing short of a watered down control system. And what I mean by that is you have the Catholic Church, that was implemented and started in 300 AD by the Roman Emperor Constantine, who adopted varying aspects of Christianity. And he had an entire council that went through all of the holy writings. They took what they wanted and locked away the rest. And from what I read, it's about 50 miles of catacombs under the Vatican City. 50 miles of potentially holy writings that are not accessible to the public and are not a part of the Holy Scriptures. So would it be safe to assume that Catholicism is nothing short of a watered down version of the original Christian system that Jesus Christ set up? And at which point, being that the majority of the 42,000 Christian-based systems out there, that the vast majority of them spanned from Catholicism, starting roughly around the time of Martin Luther and the Protestant movement. So basically, your Christian belief system is nothing short of a watered down version of Catholicism, which in and of itself is only a portion of the original pie. So how can you sit there and say that you're right and I'm wrong when you honestly don't know? Why do you believe what you believe? You take it on faith, same as I do. So, where do you have the right to say that you're right and I'm wrong? You don't. And you especially don't have the right to come at somebody of a different faith just because you don't agree with it. You know, I see it all the time. Atheists and Christians going head to head. Atheists bringing up arguments and just totally owning Christians in many respects. And the Christians sit there and whine, "Oh, just leave us alone. Freedom of religion, freedom of worship, blah, blah, blah." Then they turn around themselves and target those who don't agree with their belief system. It's pretty fucked up. It really is. It's really screwed up. You know, how can you profess freedom of religion and right to worship, leave me alone, and then sit there and target somebody else? Basically doing the same thing that you were just bitching about. And you do it all the time, don't say you don't. You got Christian groups all over the place targeting Mormons, or Jehovah's Witnesses, or Scientologists, or Hindus, and even Muslims. Yet, you know, I don't see anybody talking about the Jews or the Zionists because they don't accept Jesus Christ. You know, that's like a taboo no-no. You know, if you talk about that stuff, you're anti-Semitic, which I'm going to get into in a second video. I got to go in right now. Church is about to start. But I'm going to come back to this. We're going to touch base on Zionism and Israel and all that shit. And I'm really going to tear into some motherfuckers here. But as far as this video is concerned, don't sit there and talk on somebody else and their belief system and then whine and bitch when somebody comes at you about yours. You know, don't sit there and be the pot calling the kettle black. You want people to accept you for who you are? Then you need to do the same for others. Peace out.